Welcome to 5 Pints In, the show where we're literally 5 pints in. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
I think the last
Welcome back.
3 or 4 have been terrible with the cans.
Oh, yeah. That was the skinny can pop. Yeah, feel a little bit rusty, to be honest. Just making sure we've got everything set up correctly, but I think we're good to go. You want to kick things off with the weekend games? I mean, all our teams technically played yesterday, except for your Arsenal, obviously. But I think, I don't know, where do you want to start? The City-West Ham game?
Yeah, that was the biggest game of the weekend. Well, for me anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think as far as the shake-up in the league, it was also... Is this the first... It's the first time in a long time City and West Ham have been that close in the league, and the games mattered that much, isn't it?
Yeah, they could have gone level on points if West Ham had won, but I mean, I really didn't fancy it. Obviously, Man City hitting form again, and I think the ominous thing for everybody else is it was this time last year that they went on that run, that they kicked off that run.
Yeah.
Consecutive wins, I think. And when I look at the table or the fixture list, I'm looking at West Ham's fixtures, and I say, well, they've got so many decent games, then they've got a tough one, and then they've got a tough one, and then they've got a tough one. I look at Man City's, and I don't see when they've got a tough one. You know, I think they don't play Chelsea till the 15th of January. Yeah. And then I think Liverpool might be February or March. And then if you really want to consider Man United, that was the next real biggest game I could see in the new year, but I really think it looks ominous. I know some punters just recently have labelled Chelsea the best team in the world.
Yeah.
After they destroyed Juve, but what type of Juve is it these days, you know? And when I look and hear them saying Chelsea the best team in the world, and look back at what Man City did to them at Stamford Bridge, I don't understand where it's coming from. And that's not knocking Chelsea, Con.
It is
I'm
a bit.
Hey, what?
It is a little bit.
No, it's not. They're sitting top of the league. How can you knock someone who's top of the league?
Yeah,
but
I mean...
I'm knocking the punters who are actually saying it because of one performance. When you look
they're not saying it on one performance, though. You didn't batter us at Stamford Bridge, first of all.
It's not just from that, though. It's how do you play against a shit... That Man United team yesterday was atrocious.
Terrible. Oh, one of the worst, and I don't know how anyone would ever
down.
back there. I think... Hold on. So I'm glad you just said that because I remembered. I think McTominay got man of the match, which... How do you play that bad and get a man of the match? But what I was going to say is, with Chelsea, it's obviously been a gradual rise in form. And at the beginning, like that game was, obviously we weren't anywhere yeah, sure, I talk about us beating you in the Champions League and that, and I was a little confident. Obviously, you were the better team then, and you were the 3 games that we beat you, and you are or were considered the best team in the world then. But we've hit, you can't deny Chelsea at this point. I know after that shit performance, you can say a little things, but that's no Conte, no Lukaku, crucial, pieces to the top Chelsea team that isn't there right now, and what they're performing at, I think you can say, as of right this second, even after that shit performance, they are the best team in the world. I think Man City can easily, if it's Man City's to decide if they want to become the best team like they have been the last 7 years or whatever.
If that's the best team in the world, mate, fucking hell, football's in a sorry state.
It is, and it has been.
I'll say right...
the best team in the world, mate. And you think City are dominating and destroying still without Foden and De Bruyne.
Yeah.
So we can all miss people.
Not necessarily. They've been in and out.
They still do it. You have Timo Werner coming in who looks like
he's scoring.
He's let go of his mum's hand in the park and he doesn't know where the fuck he's walking. That's what he looks like now.
Well, yeah, there you go. I answered that, though. If Lukaku comes in, there's no Werner, and no offence to him, but...
mate. Lukaku's one of them players that he doesn't look like a naturally fit player, though.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take him time. He's going to have to be bedded in with a few games. He doesn't look like he's going to come in and get back in his stride. He might do, goal scoring wise, because when you have that instinct, sometimes things fall for you. But when you look at the United performance, mate, there's nothing there to suggest they're the best team in the world right now.
All right, sorry. If Lukaku starts that game, we're up 3-4 goals.
I don't understand
by the first half.
How you say that though, because you don't really rate Lukaku.
I didn't, but like I mean I do.
And he's been injured for 2 weeks, and now you're.
Well, he's a presence, and he proved that. And yeah, he was like lackluster in the Liverpool game, but again, like just coming to the Premier League, I think he shows, and I'm like I was completely wrong. I will, like, what is that? Eat crow or whatever they say. Like, I was completely wrong. He shows incredible, like,
we had more
potential.
confidence in him than you.
Yeah.
100%.
I said I would have signed him at Man City.
I mean, I'll still say,
for me.
yeah. I mean, for any team, I think any team on the planet, he would have bettered their team other than Dortmund. But it's, you know, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, now, and I think he's already proven that. That's hard to say. He's already proven that he has potential.
But I don't see City letting up, but I see Chelsea letting up. You know, Burnley game was the same as the Man United game. I said to you early on in the season, I can see somebody taking them down 4-0. It's not quite that, but they're showing a lackluster side to them.
Who, Chelsea?
Yeah, in them games, you know.
But you say that, like, what are you supposed to do against United?
If City played against that United, it would have been 5-0.
No, it wouldn't, because you guys, that's the thing, we literally did City. We pulled a City. We didn't have our striker. We didn't have the person that can go and do it. We pressed like Barcelona did that when Pep was at them. We did we literally were City.
Wasn't dominant. It wasn't dominant.
Do you want me to show you the stats?
It wasn't dominant.
It's literally complete domination.
It didn't feel dominant. It didn't feel like there was ever any threat.
15 corners to 1, I think it was.
It didn't feel like there was ever any threat.
What was it? 14 shots?
Yeah, but
16 shots?
Had 2 real saves to make.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, but I mean, imagine that, and you're saying that Lukaku has to come back and do that, but imagine Lukaku coming back into a team that is just constantly pressuring like that. And yeah, I know Man United before the game were in 10th, but that's still Man United. What else was Chelsea supposed to do? You know, I mean, I could tell you don't play Hudson-Odoi when someone's just going to sit at the box. You only play Hudson-Odoi or Pulisic when you can play balls over the top and they can get in behind. Otherwise, they're both the worst players on the planet. You know, you're not utilizing any of their strengths.
I just think against that weak Man United, and it's going to be weak before going into the game. I mean, look,
I didn't think it'll be that weak to the point where
you don't need to play like such a defense. Like, why is he playing? I know it was a 3-4-3 or whatever, but it's really a back 5. You know, like I think you could play 2 centre backs against that Man United. You don't need 3 centre backs on the pitch.
So, you know, all right, but that's not entirely right, because like what Pep has been constantly doing, those centre backs aren't centre backs. You know, look at Rudiger. Look what he does whatever he wants.
Only in like the second half though, he really started going forward like that.
He did it within like the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
for some 100% the first 10 minutes for some odd reason, and I'm not just saying this. I don't want to say his name and get into this all again. But he is our leading goal scorer. Our most dominant attacking threat is Reece James.
He was the best player. He was the best player on the pitch.
For sure. He's been our best player by miles.
We were watching the game together, and I nudged him and I said, I mean, I don't want to go too far, but
sure,
I said,
yeah.
I said I think Connor will eventually be right about him.
Sure.
Which is the biggest compliment I can give you right now.
Yeah, no, I'll take that. So
it doesn't mean right now.
So why is without Lukaku and Werner on the pitch, why are we...
And then he switched him to left back, and then he put in a great ball from left back.
He switched him to left back the last 15 minutes, and that was the most attacking we had from that left side. But for some odd reason, the first 30 plus minutes, whatever, all they were doing was Hudson-Odoi, Alonso, Jorginho, and Rudiger all playing little 1-2s and triangles with each other. And it's like Alonso can't defend, Hudson-Odoi can't play football, Rudiger's got the sketchiest touch, and Jorginho's completely overrated. Why are these players just doing all this together when we literally have our best attacking player just sitting out, doing nothing for half the game? It was ridiculous, and especially what he did against Juventus. He completely destroyed Juventus, and still, after that, do you not think, hey, let's get it to Reece James?
If that was City yesterday against that United, I would be appalled at a 1-1, especially going out 1-0.
That's why I'm letting this out.
3 holding midfield players.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
it was a bad lineup. That,
but he's got to get a result, and he got a result.
But he's gone to get a result, and after the game, he said, "We did everything to get 3 points, but this is just what football is like." Yeah, that's what happened. But then you can say, you could have had a better lineup.
He said he was disappointed when you go into the lead in a game like this. Disappointed conceding the lead and not winning the game. I don't think to be fair to Michael Carrick, it's only his second interview or something, and I think he's still got it like a defence mechanism with what's happened with Ollie, and maybe a guilt that he's still there because he was part of Ollie's staff, and I'm a big believer that once your manager goes, your staff goes with you.
He was there before.
Because you're all part of the problem. You know what I mean? I don't understand this interim of the interim until the second interim finds a manager. It's fucking beyond me, to be honest with you. The players already aren't united, and that's fucking so ironic with the name of the club, isn't it?
Yeah.
So now you're going to throw another fucking curveball at them, and they're probably looking at each other going, what the fuck's going on? They're looking at each other like that anyway.
Yeah.
You've got Ronaldo because he gets left out again. And we've talked about him being the problem and the cure, and it's still... did you see Carrick and Roy Keane arguing about it?
Oh, Carrick is...
See them getting into it. It was brilliant.
Yeah. And then really, Hasselbank's just sitting in the middle. It
was really good. I mean, you got to see it if you haven't seen it. It sort of was emphasising that. What have you bought him for if it's not to win now? If it's to win now, why is he on the bench?
Exactly.
And another interesting thing that I found was, and I'll do like Roy Keane, how much, when they asked him about would he have took the manager's job, how much he sort of gave it away that, of course, he would have.
Yeah.
He went, they wouldn't ask me. They wouldn't ask me. Well, what if they did ask you? Well, I've got Premier League experience.
Yeah.
And I did all right.
Starts reading his resume.
But they wouldn't ask me. What it meant was, of course he would have fucking took it.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't he have been better and more? So to me, the United setup seems to me how society is today. Like, they were all nicey in there and being friends, And Ollie did a speech when he left. And no, the manager's done that. They just grabbed the stuff and gone out the door,
Yeah.
And we're all still defending him even after he's gone. And nobody be mean,
Yeah.
It's just fucking... The cutthroat has gone from that club. It's hollow. Everything's hollow. His interview was hollow.
Well, look...
And he's a lovely fella, Michael Carrick, but it was deflecting any real answers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But look, United are doing this to themselves by putting ex-players in that position in the first place.
Not necessarily.
If it's like you're friends with a girl and then you start dating her, you're not going to be able to be friends with her afterwards. Like they've got...
Expert, mate.
You know what I mean, though? But, it's never going to end well putting Ollie... He's never going to be another Alex Ferguson.
I disagree. They pick.
I mean, look what happened with Lampard. I mean, I know that it's not disaster.
You can go down the line, and
you're running the gauntlet of losing your status, your hero status. You're just running the gauntlet. It doesn't mean it's wrong.
Well, it's exactly why Zidane left after they won their third Champions League, because he's gone, holy shit, I'm never going to get this lucky again.
But look, so here's the thing. There's going to be kids now who are, 20, 25 years old who don't know Ole as the player, Solskjaer as he was, I know he's super sub, whatever, but they would just remember him as the manager. So, because your legacy is now going to morph into the... People don't remember the last thing. You only remember, that's how short of an attention...
That's why I keep going home and going to games so people don't forget me.
Yeah. Trying to get your foot in the door for the job at some point. But also, I think this is why Steven Gerrard, whether this is on purpose or not, has sort of taken the long way around to the Liverpool job. Not that it's been open. I mean, and Klopp's...
I think it's
available, mate.
No, I know, but it's working out. It's working out perfectly, though, isn't it? If he...
Well, I don't know, because if he fails at Villa, that'll be a against his reputation as a manager.
But not at Liverpool, though. It would just mean that it means he has more time to get ready because he's gonna end up at Liverpool. I mean, look what he did with Rangers.
Not if he fails at Villa.
No,
I know,
he will. He will. He'll end up at Liverpool no matter what. I bet.
He's still young.
I don't think the club will show that sentiment.
No. There's no way you can say that. There's at least another 30 to 40 years.
Yeah.
Before Gerrard gets before that name in Liverpool for Gerrard starts getting washed away. He's the biggest.
He's in a job now, Con. He's in a job in the Premier League.
I'm saying if he fails at Villa, I'm not saying Liverpool are going to take him, but if he fails at Villa, he'll take another job. And I mean, if he is the manager that,
But he's also arguably the biggest name at one club ever, other than like Messi. As like a club and how they feel about one player and like. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but different generations.
I'm just telling you, mate, these American owners, they're businessmen. And that comes first with all of them. You've seen that. You've seen it with Man United. It's business first.
Yeah, but
they're on about their share prices and all that.
But I'm just saying, I think it's working out in Gerrard's favour that it hasn't been available, because I do think they would have given it to him. I don't think he would have been ready either, but I just mean whether he is purposefully... I mean, it's not there for him anyway, but let's say it was. Would he take it right now or not? I'm just saying, it's like you can't, Ole can't turn down the United job, but United have done that to themselves because he wasn't ready for that job.
Yeah, 100%.
Right? So United have done that knowing that he's going to leave. He's not going to be the next Alex Ferguson. You know what I mean? I think they've poisoned themselves. So what do they expect?
That's my point. This whole time.
But now with Carrick, I mean, I know Carrick's only there. What? He's going to have one game, and then the interim manager comes in or whatever. Because Ralph Rangnick's only an interim, isn't he?
Yeah.
For 6 months or something.
Yeah, for Cantona. Did you see him?
No.
He came out. He's like, this was actually a couple of days ago. He's like. He just came out with new videos like, yes, I'm the new United manager.
You know what, though? The ruthlessness of Roy Keane would actually do United good.
I think so. Frighten them to death, mate.
I don't think so.
I don't think them players are strong enough for Roy Keane.
I think
it frightened them to death.
I think, and I've only thought this as of late, and I really want to not say this, but I think... Bruno Fernandes would flourish under Roy Keane, because I think Bruno Fernandes, I think he's a footballer, and through and through, and I think he cares about the game more than he does about being a little bitch or whatever he does else in the game. But I think he genuinely is one of I don't know, I see it in him. He literally he cares so much about United, and just. I don't know. You don't see that this much these days, and I feel like if Keane comes in, I think he would really thrive underneath him.
I don't see the shit show ending. I don't think this fella's going to be the answer. I really don't. And you can look at it, and I listen to people talk about him. Klopp speaks very highly of him. Tuchel speaks very highly of him. Right. It's about, can you get it out of these players? Mm-hmm. Are you going to get another big pot of gold to go and replace them? And then who with? And then how long does that take?
Yeah.
He's not going to work miracles with this bunch of players because they're lazy fucks.
Yeah.
His philosophy, that I heard today when somebody showed it, is 5 points, really. He said, what you do in possession, what you do out of possession, what you do when you transition to possession or transition to lose possession, and then set pieces. It's not fucking rocket science, is it?
No.
Hey. That's just football.
Yeah.
He didn't invent that.
No.
He just sticks to a philosophy, though, that other people don't and get scared of.
Yeah.
We've said forever. Why did West Ham now, after going a goal down, suddenly decide that they can play and try and go and get an equaliser?
Yeah.
Why do you feel like that at the beginning of the games? Why do managers say, I've got to try and manage this game? So Moyes has gone there and said, okay. And it's worked before, don't get me wrong. But at some point, you assess the game itself, and City weren't getting through. Mm-hmm. So why don't you come out a little bit and go at them?
Yeah.
Yeah. We've said it in the past. They only opened up and looked better for the last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let's stay in contention, even if we are a goal down. And then let's try and put more attack-minded players on and try and go and get an equaliser. Ultimately, you concede the second. We said it's got to come, didn't we? Even though we got messed up with the TVs and that in the pub.
Yeah,
we said it was going to come. And then they end up getting a second. West Ham go and get one themselves. Well, now they prove that they can go and score against Man City. Why not set your stall out to do that?
Well, it's the difference between being proactive and reactive, isn't it? Like, why wouldn't you go out and be proactive? Why wouldn't you go out there and do that if you're capable of it?
I'm not just saying that about David Moyes. That's the majority.
It happens with
It's also about the difference between being a good team and a great team. Like a great team
plays to their strengths, not adapting to the other team.
Well, no, not necessarily. No, like kind of the opposite. They play against that team. You know, they know, they figure out their weaknesses.
But Pep doesn't set aside the strengths of City for what the other team's strengths are. Is what I'm saying. Like,
no, yeah,
not just David Moyes, but like I'm saying, you don't put aside your strengths and don't play the way you want to play just because a team plays the way. You know what I mean?
Well, in a sense, like let's say you're playing Wolves and it's like, all right, Traore is going to absolutely destroy us down the right. Okay, so you compensate for that. You put a good defender, and then what? You put a better attacker on that side because now he's going to be going so far forward that he's going to be leaving the defender.
So you just move your strengths, basically.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right, like, but I think what happens a lot of the time, I think that's what you should do, but what happens a lot of the time is, like, I mean, there was just no fire back, really, for West Ham until after the first goal went in. Before we move on, though, I don't want to miss a chance to have a dig at Harry Maguire. But you said Ralph Rangnick has his 5-point thing. I don't think their captain can count to 5. So there's going to be issues there from the get-go. But anyway.
I mean, they had their best performance him not playing, didn't they?
Yeah. I mean, he was suspended and Ronaldo not starting and Pogba didn't start either, did he?
No, but Pogba's injured. But that's why I just wanted to say, with that whole Chelsea thing, even though I think they dominated, to the point where they play to their own strengths, to what they can without no forwards right now, and nothing happened. It was always going to be a dull game because we didn't have any clinical.
I think the game was a mess yesterday. I don't think anyone got anything right yesterday during that game.
But you don't have the option that
I'm in complete disagreement.
Get caught like that. You know, Tuchel had said, we need to score first. We say that about City every week. They need to score first. Teams to come out and open up, and then it's a done deal, usually. Yeah. It's a done deal. I didn't feel like that about Chelsea, mate. And
really?
You didn't have the option of putting balls into the box without Lukaku there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Clogging up the middle, and you're going down the side where your best players are. Even great balls in the box, they've got to be perfect for players to get on the end of them.
Okay, and like Reece James put in at least 4 perfect balls to where the point where after the first one you say, okay, I'll be there next time, and the players weren't, and fair enough.
Yeah,
but right. Like you just said, if Chelsea scored first, United had literally no outlet.
No, it would have been 4 or 5-0.
Exactly, and you just said you didn't feel that with Chelsea.
He said he didn't feel like Chelsea were going to score first.
Are you joking? What do you mean? Like
they didn't look like.
All they were doing, they hit the bar.
They didn't look like
the hair had good.
They hit the bar, mate. But it was the keeper had it covered and then faked the dodgy elbow.
I know, sure, but
shot was it?
No.
Yeah, sure. But then you also have to consider all those balls that are being put in right behind the defender and the keeper.
Timo Werner has got no instinct to get in there. And
exactly. So take him off at half time or do something. All it takes is for him. All it takes is for him to be there.
Take him off on Thursday. Before Friday's training.
Yeah, but it'll still take him that long to get off anyway. I mean, he can't.
How long are they going to go suffering him?
I don't think.
Are they going to tolerate it?
Yeah.
I don't.
Well, if they're top of the league, then I think they'll tolerate it. But
look, there's something for City as well. What I feel now is the time for Jesus to make that position his own.
Yeah.
Really, I know. Okay, he plays out wide now and again, but there's an opening. He's played Zinchenko there in the false 9. Who did he play?
He's played De Bruyne.
He's played Sterling. He's played Bernardo Silva. He's played Cole Palmer. He's played.
Palmer,
they've all let it go. Mahrez has played there.
Fine, but now's the time for him to establish himself. So he's not a bit part player.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he comes on and he gets an assist in the 90th minute. He sets up Fernandinho.
Yeah.
He has the capacity to be in there and do things.
But he also should have scored, though. He should when Sterling played that left-footed ball across the box. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. So it's similar now, and a lot of teams are doing it. So United even did it. I don't know if they knew they were doing it
with Fernandes,
because I don't really know any sort of rhyme or reason for that setup.
Yeah,
and the players he played. You know, I don't understand. I mean, it summed it up, didn't it, at the end when Mendy gave Fred the ball.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Fred
That's
tried to lob
genius.
Him.
And then the next thing you know, someone's come on as a sub and gave Fred a note.
Yeah.
You know, it says your shit on it from the manager.
If I was a Chelsea player, perfect. Why not go? He was confused at who to give it to as well.
It was the biggest piece of paper I've ever seen.
Why, as a Chelsea player, just go snatch that off him. Not that you need to read. Not that you need to read it or anything. There's not any secrets in there, but just like, what are you doing? You know. But yeah, I literally, as soon as I realized that was Fred, because obviously my balls were in my stomach as soon as the ball went out. As soon as I realized it was Fred, I literally just relaxed.
Well, it could have been most United players. It could have been McTominay. It could have been.
I know, but that's when I knew. Yeah, exactly. But it was just 100% certainty.
Yeah.
And there was 2 United players open as well.
Oh, I asked you the weekend. And look, I don't want to keep talking about Man United anyway. What about the performance against PSG? You know, everybody's talking. We've been saying about United, and if Ronaldo's not scoring, he's a hindrance. Because he doesn't work back. They're now saying that their front three, Mbappe,
PSG,
Messi, they're lazy.
Yeah.
You know, and how can they expect to beat a side like City with only 7 outfield players?
Right.
Defending.
Yeah.
Because they really weren't doing it. Now, if you're doing your job and you're getting goals, it's one thing. It's okay, Mbappe scored, but he doesn't look like the player that people talk about, does he?
No, he doesn't there, but I think he will be, you know?
Well, he did time, but he's got to do it. You can't keep having the promise.
No, he's done it.
I just think that's more of a compliment to City, though. You know what I mean?
But look, the performance was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was.
Let's face it. They've got one of the so-called biggest rivals in world football, and they've destroyed them away, but lost the game.
Yeah.
And then destroyed them really at home, apart from 1 or 2
and come back.
chances.
But that's the thing. It's they're literally it's how else do you describe it? It's literally they're playing in a younger league. That's literally what the 3 potentially best players on the planet are playing in one of the not even the top 4 leagues.
Yeah.
So they don't have to defend all year round. The only time they do is in games against City.
But that's why they can't.
This is why they won't
exactly, and that's why I was so pissed off about fucking Messi going to PSG.
Yeah, it was a cop-out.
But I've always been saying that Messi's a cop-out at Barcelona. As shitty as it is to say that, but just come prove your strengths.
Yeah.
You still as good as you are. The best player still hasn't done it on the best stage.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, that is a little bit disappointing, I must admit.
Yeah. And he gets exactly what he deserves, you know?
Yeah.
They all do. And you called me and you were saying that they didn't have any potential threats, but I felt like every time, maybe not the first or second time, because obviously they're overrated and everything, when they got the ball in the City game, it wasn't really much, but after that, I feel like there was a chance of them scoring every time they got the ball. And the front 3, yeah. And I'm saying when they got the ball, and that was only once every 10 minutes.
It is sort of you do fear watching the game. I did think, oh shit,
because City were outstanding, just little passing and their movement. And
Messi's goal
PSG
in the first game, it came from nothing. It came from Messi getting the ball, not even that high up. He played a 1-2, and then it's in the net, and it's that's really all you need.
And that's what they have. Yeah. It's just they're losing the other side of the game by being complacent in this league.
I don't think they look like Champions League contenders.
No, they don't.
I think the rest of the team is average.
Yeah.
Right the way through.
Well, look, I think the next best player after them three is Idrissa Gueye. He does, like, not as good as Conte, but he does that. He breaks the possession up in the middle, and he took him off for Di Maria.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
It's like, so how are you going to take off your only, and he got sent off last season when we played them in knockout stages. After he got sent off is when the game really turned and City had more freedom in the middle. I mean, he like kind of just breaks shit up, like it's not like he's an outstanding player on the ball or anything, but he's just like a nuisance and it gets in the way.
They have and
I don't think Pochettino saw that. Like,
yeah, which is weird.
You leave Ander Herrera on, or I mean, I can't stand him.
I've never understood that one.
Never ever understood that. Yeah,
never. Nothing to do with him being a Man United.
He deserves to be, but he is the epitome of that Man United squad right now. But he just got out there when he could.
I think there's a lot of it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think he was a part. But what I was going to say is, I think PSG their defense isn't like the worst. Like, yeah, sure. I think even the defense are, like, obviously they're not playing against tougher opponents.
I mean, the left back's okay. The left back's okay going forward. That Nuno Mendes.
Yeah.
But
Nuno Mendes. He was. How perfect would he be for you guys?
Well, we were trying to sign him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but PSG got him.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So
yeah,
he
how
just
perfect
went over the
would he
summer.
be for you guys?
Yeah.
What about West Ham though?
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
second string out, winning the group.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top.
I mean, look. So
one game left.
I saw in the I was looking in the West Ham the subreddit online, and they were saying how. So, but if Barcelona, let me pull this up and do it correctly. Sorry, the camera's in the way. If Barcelona lose to Bayern Munich away, so at Bayern, and if Benfica beat Dynamo Kiev at home, then Barca drop into the Europa League, and how crazy it would be if West Ham eventually... I mean, I said that to you, and it's like...
They would have to meet. They're the two best teams in the Europa League.
Yeah.
Did I said that right. I'm just double-checking here. Yeah, so if Benfica...
beat them as well,
Sorry?
Going into an empty stadium again.
Yeah.
After and doing a utterly professional job, to be fair.
Yeah.
Always in control of the game.
That's true.
Thanks, dude. Can you grab my scarf over there when you get a chance? It's getting a little chilly. Sorry. City scarf. I forgot to put it up.
Is it cold up north, mate?
Yeah. It's like 50 Fahrenheit. Thanks.
It's been a while, eh?
But yeah, so I think so. Let me ask you a question then. There was a comment going around after West Ham lost to Wolves, and the pundits were kind of saying the bubble has burst, or they were asking the question, has the bubble burst? I think
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
they just beat the Liverpool game before, so that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
has the bubble? You know what? They've lost 2 consecutive league games. But when you say the second one was Man City away, it doesn't really count. Okay, the Wolves' performance was a little bit lackluster.
Yeah.
If anything. But at some stage, it's going to happen like that. They've lost 4 games, all by the odd goal. One of them was City away, one of them was United at home.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they the fancied Wolves and Brentford, the other 2 that they've lost. But look, they've just got to get back on the horse. There's some positives to take out of the City game.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're talking about when they've said Chelsea the best team. I know for a fact there isn't a team. I think maybe Bayern Munich are close, but for me, City are the best team around. By far with everything that they do. They don't win every game, so be it. Mm-hmm. It doesn't matter. But their outlook and the way they go about it, the way they go about their business and the squad rotation, if it happens, they don't miss a beat.
Right.
Everybody understands what they're supposed to be doing, right through the squad.
No, not at all. Sterling.
No. Wait.
No, he's come back in. Listen, he's come back in because of Foden and Grealish being injured, right?
No.
And no matter what we think or what you say, he's been involved in. He scored 3 and and assisted 3.
Sure,
in
but
the games he's been back. So it's
how much
tough.
has he hindered? You know, he always hinders more than he.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but you're good enough of a team to let this happen, and that furthers your point even more. Like you're playing with this hindrance out on the left, and if you just had like even Grealish makes your team better,
but it's injuries, you know.
Exactly. So like a normal player.
I'll be honest. I just hope, you know. I mean, I know this isn't like a favorable like. City opinion, a favorable opinion amongst the Man City fans, but I hope he's just bumping up that price tag for Barcelona. Now it looks like they're going in for Ferran Torres. We might get a Barca player on the other side, but
do you want one?
So I've seen a few names. I think Sergi Roberto, but do we need another? I know he right back converted to centre mid. You know, I know he plays kind of all over the place, but
Cancelo's twice the player.
They've said Coutinho. You know? As a left
injury
winger,
prone.
Yeah, I mean, so City have valued Torres, I think, between 70 and 80. Barca value him at about 50.
That's still unbelievable business.
Yeah, I'd take
that's 24.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I don't mind him. I think he could.
I would take Coutinho.
What about Pedri?
Still.
I didn't see Pedri's name on there, but I would take Pedri in that deal.
They're not going to let Pedri go.
No.
Yeah, but I mean,
Xavi's trying to build with the youngsters, and they're not going to let him. He's broken into the Spain squad, and
he
got Golden Boy over Haaland, didn't he?
Did he? I would take Coutinho, mate. I would in a heartbeat. Honestly,
I just don't know if he can keep up with the pay, like especially the injuries he's been having in La Liga. Like I think you'd just be
you can't look to rely on him.
I would take him at his prime, like at his prime.
I also just think that
6 years
that when you're down and you've been treated not the way you think you should at a club, your injuries maybe take longer. You're not as pushed to come back because of, you know, the animosity or whatever. You know, you're taking care of yourself. I think if he had a lift in his life and in his career, and we know he's got ability, mate.
Yeah,
we know he's got as much as
anyone,
95% as you see in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Right, without a shadow. I think the lift of coming to a club like City. I think the injuries disappear. You know, none of them career threatening, are they? I think the injuries go away. You get back faster. You don't have to get back faster at Man City because they've got that much depth in the squad. But in yourself,
and you get rotated anyway.
Well, and I tell you, who I've been liking, mate, Gundogan.
Yeah.
You know, he just impresses me more and more.
Yeah.
Every time I see him, you know, I don't really see what his standout strength is, but he's there or thereabouts all the time.
Yeah.
Got this knack of being in the right place. He's good on the ball. He's a good passer. You really don't see him switch and play.
No.
You know, but he's always involved.
Yeah.
Intelligent enough to know where he should and shouldn't be.
Yeah.
At any given time, not just in the box, you know, because you need movement to let others be able to play and find a space. And he does that. But that's for me what City is now. It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And everybody knows what they're supposed to do. It's why you can put Zinchenko at left back or in midfield or the false nine.
Yeah.
You know, because everybody's got the ability, almost everybody can, to play anywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, just going back to Sterling too, I do think a lot of the other players are dynamic in that sense. I mean, I don't want to just like hate on Sterling. Like I you know, for the longest time I've said, I mean, when we could have sold him to Real Madrid for 100-odd million, I would have let him go then. I mean, but looking at Barca's squad, that Serginho Dest was another one, that American kid, but we don't need another right back.
Yeah, no.
You know, and they're saying that Clement Longley, we don't need another centre back. Like, I just bar like they're good players, Pedri, Frankie De Jong, who they're not going to let go of. You know, like,
and would you want him? Because like,
Ansu Fati was mentioned in the summer at least.
He's like,
but I don't think Xavi's going to let
him injured as well.
Yeah, I don't know if Xavi's going to let him go either, but. You know, it's just, I don't know. It's a weird one. I mean, it's weird that it's switched to Torres, but if we can get 50 million for him.
For Torres?
And a player, I guess. I mean, that's what they're talking about, yeah. You know, Barcelona have showed... Ferran Torres has told...
50 million for what, though?
What do you mean? That Barca we value him at between 70 and 80. Barca have said he's worth 50.
Exactly. So why give him up when Barca don't... what? You're just going to get 50 million for a player that you rate at 70?
I think 70 is... I don't think he's worth 70.
At today's prices... You know, he's a young kid.
Bernardo Silva was valued at 45.
You just got a clause in the contract.
Yeah, exactly. A buyback or a sell-on. You know, or if they give us 50... But that's what's saying. You now, City, have 50 million plus and no Torres. So what do you do with this? We don't play him. I mean, we don't play Torres, really. So, but
all it takes is for what? Jesus to get injured?
We need a left back, right? And for 50 million, you can go out there and get a decent left back.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
So it's...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's... I like that.
Really you know who I like that? Guerrero at Dortmund. I know he kind of plays a little bit all over the place as well.
Yeah.
But left back,
mid attacking.
Yeah, but in Pep's system, I mean, I really love his Cancelo.
Just get all the. Well, yeah, but you don't have to ever sell him. You know, you could literally play him anywhere.
Yeah,
if you're gonna dominate possession, he doesn't need to be tied down to a position. You know.
Yeah. Who was it?
Just play keep away.
You sent me something, Connor, about Gary Neville when Gary Neville was the manager of. Valencia. João Cancelo was there, and he was obviously really young. And Gary Neville was recommending for Man United to sign João Cancelo.
Yeah,
before he went to
said
Juventus.
Something. He's like, obviously, I was telling everyone about him. You know, at United.
I'm just checking up on West Ham there about the next game. Brighton at home. So to get back on the horse again.
Yeah,
and then it's Chelsea.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, and then Chelsea. I was going to say. You said before, I know that was like 10 minutes ago, you said before about West Ham, the games against Brentford and Wolves, and it's like, I feel like those two teams have to, other than maybe Leicester, have to be the most like unpredictable teams in the Premier League. If you're not Chelsea, Liverpool or City, it's like, how do we actually play these two, you know? And Brighton as well. You know, It's like the two teams that could, like a drop of a hat, completely just dominate you. If they have the players to do that, and as a team like West Ham, how do you end on this run to where just a game like that, an extra 3 points can massively improve like everything? Mm-hmm. But going up against these teams, what do you actually do? Do you play conservative or do you just go out?
This is where you need that plan B.
Exactly.
You know, they're a counter-attacking team. If Wolves, who are also a counter-attacking team, aren't really coming at you like that, then you need plan B.
Yeah.
It's why I think he needs to buy in the January window. I think they really need another centre forward.
Yeah.
You know, I think at times, like being a goal down at Wolves, being a goal down at City, you need to bring extra strikers on, not more or less like for like.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You have to start gambling and.
I mean, Sebastian Haller is the leading goal scorer in Champions League.
Yeah, but it just didn't. It didn't seem to click, did it? But I've seen a few names.
But that was like that was during like the Souček little bump era, wasn't it? Where it was like he was getting like outshined and like it's like we don't need him because we have Souček.
I think like someone like Dzeko, or I mean, maybe a little too old now, but AC Milan have got both Giroud and Ibrahimovic. But I think a good, experienced, strong player like that.
Yeah, but now because they've sustained their challenge, they're still there. They've built on last season, and even after losing 2 games, still sitting 4th in the league. I think that still needs to be a longer term thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Than the short term, I think we're past that stage.
Yeah.
I would have loved Dzeko to have come. I would have loved Giroud to have gone. But short term.
That was like when we were saying
stage,
that when we
were to build somebody who's going to be there for another 4, 5, 6 years.
Exactly. When we were saying that Giroud was perfect, that was ideally like Giroud is perfect for this, so they can accomplish what they're doing right now, and they're doing it without Giroud.
Doing it, yeah. There's been talk about
and this January window is like probably the most important to Chelsea to maintain this title and West Ham to maintain this spot.
I mean, for a lot of clubs too. I mean, we've spoken about what Newcastle need to do and not.
I mean,
and all
yeah,
that.
maybe
and
not City or Liverpool. That's what I was thinking of, but
still looking
I think
forward. You know,
I still believe they need a playmaker in like a holding midfield who like a Thiago
West
at
Ham,
Liverpool,
who
will allow Rice to do what we know he does best.
Yeah. I mean, he had a good...
Allow him to add to his game and bomb on a little bit.
He had a couple good runs against City.
I don't believe Souček is doing that now.
What about...
Because Souček does it, but not... Souček goes forward when Rice should be going forward. There needs to be someone where there's protection.
Yeah, what about someone that's just like strictly defense? Like a run type.
I need someone to get on the ball, mate.
You let Rice get on the ball.
Yeah, but then he can't do both jobs, you know what I mean? He can't be starting things off, setting things up.
Well,
himself, you know.
I was strictly thinking like if Conte was there, then it would be perfect. But that's like every team.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to you can't match Conte with anyone really. But like a number 8, kind of like you said, Thiago or like I mean, Gundogan is the kind of that player, you know. Like, but obviously that's not a reality. But like that kind of like
the thing.
Good on the ball, but like we'll sit back and kind of.
Do you think West Ham could like get like maybe like a 30-year-old right now who could do that? Who's in this January window? Who's like got like credibility to his name? Because they're not going to be able to get anyone. They're not going for anyone in the Premier League, you know.
Go and make an offer for James Ward-Prowse.
Yeah, I think they're past that. Though.
Yeah, I mean, no, that's not bad at all.
More like Milinkovic-Savic at Lazio. I just think so. There's been talk about
that's not bad at all.
There's been talk about as a forward that Belotti at Torini, right? Torino, sorry, not Torini. I think that's a liquor mix.
Yeah,
Torino, who United were in for, and he's only late 20s, 27 or 28. Which would I mean I haven't seen a whole lot of them, but at least they're looking in the right sort of area, right? And
I don't know. United have got some bad players.
Well, okay, but they didn't get them, so you know what I mean. Like,
okay.
That might be a positive. But they've also been talking about Todd Cantwell from Norwich, which I think is an absolute joke.
I mean, what about Billy Gilmore? You know, as much as I want him at Chelsea,
like somebody like that who's busy and always wanting the ball well, like a young Mark Noble, really.
Exactly, yeah.
You know what I mean? Just,
if you really
like that.
If you really did want to rub another team that is close to their stature, just go for Decore, you know, as much as possible. If West Ham maintain this Champions League spot, Decore is easily one of the best midfielders in the Premier League right now. And I know he's injured, but what he did at Watford as well. He was just obviously a quality player. And he does both sides of the game as well.
I don't see. He's injured at Everton, isn't he? He's still at Everton.
Yeah.
I don't see them. They're struggling right now, aren't they?
Yeah, because he's injured.
That's going to be on the pressure, to be fair.
Yeah.
Him and Calvert-Lewin have been injured,
though,
haven't they?
14 or something, right?
Well, look, I mean, look, that's the difference, isn't it? How deep is your squad? That if you do miss a couple, what happens to the rest of it?
I mean, I thought Rondon was gonna.
He almost scored, didn't he?
Did he? That's another reason why I'm so bitter about the United game, because I just wanted to be the ones to keep him down there, you know, to at 10th. Now the next game, because like 11th and 12th, similar on points, I think only one less. They could have dropped down into the bottom 10, and we could have helped that.
They're all on 18, 8, 9, and 10.
Exactly. Yeah. No. 11, 12, and
16, all on 16, 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, it's where one of them win the next game.
Where does... So, Jesse Lingard, I know he came on, but it looks like he's had contract talks that aren't going through.
Yeah, but the manager's gone now, so...
Yeah.
He'll get a fresh look now, so that would be great for him.
I thought they terminated the contract.
No, they just didn't re-sign.
I'd love them to come back and get him.
I think
it would spark them again.
He'd be open to talks in January. You know, there's another one who's open to talks in January is Lacazette.
Yeah?
He hasn't re-signed with Arsenal.
Injury prone.
another one. Is the temperament issues there?
Yeah. But is it
He's French.
is it situational?
But he's French at a French club, though, so never mind.
Right. French club. Manager, American owners.
I think they were heavily French. But
They've
not in a long
for
time.
Arsenal's best eras, they were more French than any team I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And that's a compliment, if anything.
Yeah.
But Jesse Lingard, I mean, well, they're saying he's valued at 10 million,
That's
but
because
I think
France
he's
were
free,
the best
wouldn't
team
he?
in the world at the time, mate.
Yeah.
He didn't have a bad manager either.
No. Did all right.
I think he might have been French too.
This manager's doing all right as well, to be fair.
Yeah.
I know I've had a problem in the past. I'm happy with what they're doing right now.
Yeah, of course.
Playing, youngsters are firing, you know.
Saka just scored, didn't he?
And Xhaka is nowhere to be seen, which just lifts the place and lifts me.
I
know?
can't believe Arsenal have crept into 5th, level on points with West Ham. Like
They
I
won Man
can.
United away this week.
I can.
Who do they play away?
Guaranteed 3 points. Man United.
Oh, Man United away.
Yeah.
I can. I don't know how. I don't know if this is an insult, but if you want to call them like the gatekeepers of the Europa League spot, those like 5 teams,
Yeah.
they've been god awful this season. So that's why like it's been so easy for Arsenal to go from relegation.
But I
to,
feel like I saw that. I feel like I looked at. I mean, I don't usually check the bottom half of the table, you know, but I feel like I saw.
Norwich are now 19th. I think.
Yeah, I saw that Newcastle last, but it's just like they came out. Like I wasn't watching them, and then all of a sudden they appear 5th. But
Yeah.
We're in 10 games unbeaten, mate.
Yeah, I know.
So all those, that's the thing. All those predictors that we're getting wrong, you really got to take note of the games that you're getting completely wrong.
I just look at it and
not
go,
just take
Arsenal
it
is shit.
Yeah, exactly, and not take it as law.
Yeah, I feel like
What you say
I'm
goes.
stuck. Like I'm
Yeah.
still stuck. Like 3 weeks into the season.
Like,
now.
well, that shouldn't have happened. So they're still like 5th.
Yeah,
But, mate, you know what? When you look at them now, the keeper's on fire.
yeah.
Don't say that.
He'll
Don't.
be the best
please,
in the league
please
right now.
Don't say that. Oh my god.
At this point.
Oh my god. Please don't ever say that. Ever. Please don't ever say that again.
He's on fire.
He's one of the worst keepers I've ever seen in my life.
But you haven't been watching the games, then, have you?
I've seen every save he's made in the Premier League this season. They're all in the middle of the goal, and he for some reason he exerts way too much energy to make this save, and he lands like a fucking sack of potatoes, gets hurt, and gets up and stops pulling the face like, and for some reason there's like 3 Arsenal pundits or ex-Arsenal players on there and going, Jesus Christ, he's the best player in the Premier League, and it's like no, if he lets any of these saves in, he's somehow a worse keeper than he already is.
Well, you're watching a different game to me.
Oh my god, Dad! Please
Let me finish.
go on. Yeah, go on.
2 fullbacks now. I know Tavares had a shocker at Anfield.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
He's a good player though.
I was before that,
Yeah,
and he came back again afterwards. You know, didn't shake anything. He bombs on like nobody's business. I think he'll keep Tierney out the team, and he's fit.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
really do.
Yeah,
Tomiyasu, is it? The right back?
yeah.
The defensive back pair of Ben White and Gabriel looks solid now. So the back 4 look better than an Arsenal back 4 I've seen for about 5 years, to be honest with you.
Maybe more.
I don't.
Saka was in there for a while. That's the thing but their right and left, their fullbacks right now are huge as well.
I don't think Ben White.
So it's like they have a back 4 of just centre backs, you know.
Yeah,
And the 2 midfield players getting in there, no Xhaka, happy days. Smith Rowe and Saka and Aubameyang.
yeah.
Odegaard's been playing well.
Yeah.
I think he's got something going.
And Pepe's still there for.
A bit stupid than Anfield, but you've seen Arteta showing passion now.
Oh, against Klopp.
It's not a 4-0 game though. You know, that's one of those. It was
No, they played well up until they conceded the first goal.
Yeah.
I think they started the game
it was a
very
dead
well.
game after that.
It just goes to show that there's a difference there. To go to Anfield in a positive frame of mind and start in a positive manner. You know, then they've got right back. They've took the defeat. They've got right back, which is what West Ham need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Take your defeat, get right back on it. You can't ask for a better game than Brighton. Who's going to be open, they're going to have possession, and they're going to come at you. and I think they'll pick them apart.
So
they get back on the horse. Arsenal got to go to Man United if they're level on points now, 4th and 5th. It's not going to be as easy as I said at Man United. I can see them taking a draw there, and West Ham pulling 2 points clear off them again.
Liverpool have Everton as well.
Yeah,
which I know is Everton haven't been informed, but it's still like kind of. I mean, it's still the Merseyside derby. Shit could still happen.
Added emphasis now with Rafa being manager.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. But so that's not like exactly. It's not definitely not a given.
It's always good to watch, no matter what.
Yeah,
and but Brighton as well. They're in like turmoil as well with because they've been playing so well.
I mean, the 9th.
Yeah, I mean they were playing. I mean they have been playing so well. They really have been playing so well. They
again. They should have beat Leeds.
Yeah, they didn't get a result. They got it was 0-0 at Leeds, and they were booing them. And so you'll go.
Right, they're not putting chances away.
Yeah,
and I know, but I feel like Brighton right now it's like the perfect time to play them.
I mean, their last 4, it's draw. I mean, one of them were to Liverpool, a loss to Villa, and then another draw at Leeds. It just seems a bit stale there, It seems like West Ham could go there and score a few.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why like what you were saying about City, and obviously City don't have a bag. Even like you said you dominated us at Stamford Bridge, but City you can't, even if you have Bayern Munich, or no matter what you have with the run to the Champions League, to the Carabao, to the FA Cup, to the Premier League title, it's not as hard as anyone else's because you really are the best team in the world. But with teams
that.
Yeah, and I know I contradict myself, but with teams like West Ham, and this is literally, we're in 2 fantasy leagues, and I'm winning one, and I know I'm going to win the other, because it's like no one's paying attention to the rest of the league. They're just going by hearsay and whatnot, and it's like you really got to take a look at like teams like this, like Brighton and like and Wolves, and how like for some reason, like with Wolves, he's not playing Traore. Like for some reason, and Wolves have had the easiest run of games on paper than anyone else. And at the start of that run of games, he stopped playing Traore, and they've been drawing, losing. They won one against I think Villa. I could be wrong, but and there's like I don't know what it is. Like they either could be selling them at anything.
They're 6.
I know, but they could be so much higher.
I'm not sure.
Pardon?
I think they beat Villa 3-2 after being 2-0 down.
Yeah, and which is like the only spot. Yeah. But they've been playing terrible though, and it's like teams like that. Like you really have to like those gatekeepers. Like I said, you really have to watch them and like because like the likes of Everton, they could really go and play against City, and actually like play a game of football. But they could go and like not play one game of football for like 3 games in a row against the worst teams in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so do you think then, talking about that kind of like gatekeeper, like cut-off kind of position, we're looking at, I mean, obviously West Ham are 4th, but then 5 points ahead, you've got Liverpool, City and Chelsea, 28, 29 and 30 points respectively. Do you think it's starting to break away a little bit? I know this result will be... I mean, we've always said that, those 3, haven't we?
This is the scary point for Chelsea now, the fact that we didn't break away earlier, because this is now...
And we're going into like the congested
exactly,
fixtures and all that shit.
This is what, exactly. This is where things start to like level out.
People are going to say, well, City's got the most strength in depth. That's why it's...
I don't think that.
Favourites. They're going to be favourites to come out of this period sitting top of the league.
Yeah.
I really believe that's true as well.
I mean, you think about how many players we have to rotate between the front 5, the 5. We've got one holding.
But arguably, you don't have anyone that can score goals,
Right, but you talk about the depth, depth in the system Pep plays. There's 5 positions and we've got in the system 6 or 7 players.
That Pep plays, but it's like...
But that's how he plays. So
but
the depth,
he wrote. Yeah, sure.
There's 2 players for every. There's almost 2 players for every.
Yeah, sure, but he has way more versatile players than any other team.
Right.
So it's easy to say that, but when in the likes of
instill that into them, Con. He hasn't bought them like that.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all on board and giving
any manager.
I know, yeah. Oh yeah, I always want to give Pep his credit when it's due because it is always due. But I mean, Chelsea have like 150 people on their roster. They literally
that's
have
not depth, is it?
No, I know, but we have I'm just saying that because of how they've been doing business the last 20 years. But we have a wider variety to pick from. You know, like you said, like Pep's built these players. We actually just buy everyone when they're young and then throw them out, and then if they're good, we bring them back. And as terrible as that is, but whatever. But Chelsea right now have when everyone's fit. An incredibly.
You think Chelsea's squad is deeper than City's?
Yes. Yeah. Chelsea have had the deepest squad for the. I mean, first of all,
we're not talking about all the players on loan because you can't just recall them.
That's not what I'm saying. Like, look, you guys don't have a left wing, right? You have Sterling, who is a bag of shit, and then you have Grealish, who isn't really doing anything, right? You don't have a striker. You have to play this false nine where it's kind of ruining Jesus, or to where Jesus doesn't want to play there, to where you have Mahrez on your right wing, who should be your main right winger, right? To where now Jesus is playing out there some games, and it's not really depth. It's like you move.
Not stopping Foden being on the left.
Yeah.
Foden's not a left wing. Foden is best when he's in the middle.
You're talking about but you're talking about
played on left at Anfield and tortured them.
Yeah, I did just want to touch on a few points that came up. They came out with the break for next the World Cup next winter. Mm-hmm. The Premier League's gonna break between November 14th and December 26th. So that'll
Boxing Day, which is,
yeah, but they're going to move the last game of the season to the 28th of May, which I don't think it's ever been that late. I think the Champions League finals usually, or does it bump into June usually?
June 2nd.
I know it's been, right around your birthday. Well, it was on your birthday last time, so.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's been that's been announced. Gareth Southgate signed a new contract till 2024. So we can all celebrate that.
The Ballon d'Or.
Sorry?
Messi won the Ballon d'Or.
I missed that, did he?
Yeah.
I completely missed that.
Only like a couple of hours ago.
Oh, a couple of hours ago?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that. Well,
yeah, Messi won. I think maybe Lewandowski came second, Jorginho third.
As long as it wasn't, I thought Jorginho was going to win it, and I mean,
yeah, Pedri won the Golden Boy. That's why.
That's weird. I didn't see that. See, I missed that. But
a bunch of Chelsea rewards for both the male team and the female team because both sides dominated last season. So
yeah,
that was.
Did you see?
I just have to say that.
Did you see
any City players there? No, I didn't. There was a ton of Chelsea players there, though.
Did you see
nice suits, their beautiful wives?
Can we move on?
And husbands for the women.
Did you see?
Women. I don't know.
Did you see Derby though? Were deducted points twice, and they went down to -3 points. They're now at 1 point, I think.
Rooney got caught.
I think they've only lost like 4 games or something.
Yeah. No, it was a financial mishap with the previous owner that they get. Well,
irregularity.
Yeah.
Bournemouth sitting comfortable in second.
Yeah.
Carlisle won.
Jumped out.
Moved them out the bottom.
Jumped out of relegation. Yeah.
Happy days.
Yeah, and I think that's about everything I've got. Aguero looks like he's retiring. I think that was.
Does he seem okay though?
I think it's because
it's medical reasons. Obviously, you don't want.
Let's hope he's fine.
Yeah,
but yeah.
I mean, I love how the City fans have been singing Sergio since the past 3 games. It's nice to hear that.
Really nice.
Haaland could be moving in January. Out the Champions League. I know we can't play again in the Champions League, but now's when he needs to go.
I think he'll stay in Germany, mate. I think Lewandowski's moving on is a sign.
So Messi's even Messi said Lewandowski deserves this reward. And then Lewandowski came out with like a little something after saying how like he's staying at Bayern.
Well, did he?
Yeah.
Well, we shall see.
I mean, do you play Haaland? You can't not play one.
They won't buy Haaland while they have Lewandowski.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. 3 years maybe into the if Haaland was 3 years later, then yeah. But that's why I think Haaland's moving in January.
I don't think he'll go in January.
I don't know.
I don't think he will. But
I mean, what? City, Madrid, or Chelsea the only teams, and Chelsea's like not even in that run anymore.
I mean, PSG could probably find some cash under the couch, you know.
So
that would I don't know how they'd play.
So
it.
we could get knocked out by City next season. Yeah,
I don't know. With him, you know, it seems like it's definitely. I had a weird feeling like he'd come to City because I thought, you know, the history with his dad and stuff. But I don't think it's there.
I don't think he would.
I think he's gonna try and get the biggest payday, or the people around him at least are gonna.
But why?
Influence him?
When there was rumors of Chelsea offering him the most ridiculous number ever after they just won the Champions League.
I don't think it matters where he goes. I think he's the type of player that is going to fit in anyway.
Oh yeah.
He needs service. He needs service, and he should know that. Like, why not go to a team that has the best service right now? You know. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I thought, no, I didn't know if you were talking about. Yeah, of course. He's literally the missing link. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like
I don't want to get like a Sancho. We're talking about it every week.
Yeah,
he's moving every transfer window.
Yeah.
Happen because that's starting to do big and heading. And then when it eventually comes, nothing.
Yeah,
but that's the thing. It's just it can't be nothing. It just can't be.
No, it won't be nothing.
You know, yeah.
Won't be left on the sidelines wherever he goes.
No, definitely not. But all right, guys, let's another good episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. Everyone listening, if you want to join the Patreon, pitch in for some of the beers for us, so we can keep ranting, keep arguing, all that good stuff. Patreon.com/5pints in. We do still have our shirts, the t-shirts up on 5pints.com/shop. If you want to go and support us there. Otherwise, we just appreciate you guys listening, giving us a subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube, the subscribe button, hit the notification, hit the like, all that good stuff. Every little interaction helps. So we really appreciate you guys and all the comments on there. So thanks for listening, guys. Talk to you next time. Cheers, guys.